morning, students. Well, today we are going to start our next topic of chapter number 9, internal trade, that is mail order houses. Well, we know that fixed shop, large retailers, okay, fixed shop, large retailers, and in this topic we have discussed departmental store and chain store, and today we are going to start with third one, that is mail order houses. And I tell you, I have given two videos of this chapter, okay, this is the third one. Well, mail order houses, see here the seller and purchaser, they don't come in the contact of each other physically, they don't meet each other. Here the things are sold through the mail, like you advertise your product, okay, and through the advertisement customers, they are in touch of that, they watch your advertisement, if they like product they place an order through the mail, okay, and you just send the order to them. So it is telling that mail order houses are the retail outlets that sell their merchandise through mail. There is generally no direct personal contact between the buyer and sellers in this type of trading. Alright. Now, what is the procedure, as we are going to do procedure, suitability, advantages and limitations of mail order houses. So first we will talk about the procedure, how this sale purchase takes place through the mail order houses. Well, first one is preparation of the mailing list. This is also one of the method. These seller, they prepare the list of their worthy customers, and they can have the numbers from the different places, contact number like dictionary and from one particular institutions. So here it is explaining a list of potential customers is prepared through different sources like telephone directories, list of members of club or trade associations. So they collect the number of these potential customers from there and they contact them. Then second step is approach to customers, as I have told you to contact them. So here they are approaching. This is the second step. The seller approaches the potential customer through advertisements in newspaper or magazine, circulars, catalogs, samples and bills. So first they have worked over the potential customers, then they are trying to reach to them through the different sources, sometimes through the magazine, sometimes through the newspaper, journals and certain other methods are there, okay. Now advertisement carry the relevant information about the product. About the product means what is its price, quality, features and rest of the things which are essential to tell, and customers wants to know about these things. So these must be circulated to the customers. So the first one was preparation of the mailing list, second one approach to customers, and then we have receiving of order. Now the customers, they have seen the advertisement, okay, and they have gone through everything, the features and all. If they like the product, then they place an order. So it's telling receiving of order. Customers send their orders by post. Orders received are entered in the order received book. So the people are there, the employees are there, and the mail which they are receiving, they are maintaining one book, order book, and they are entering all the orders in that book. Next, fourth step, the next one is dispatch of goods. You have received an order, now this is the time to dispatch the goods. So goods are carefully verified in the order, and they have to take care, the item which they have, the order which they have placed. So that should be verified properly. Sometime model number, size, color, so there can be problem, and the mistakes can be there. So they have to take care. So goods are properly packed and a parcel is delivered to the post office. I have already told you, students, according to its name, mail order houses. I hope you know the meaning of mail. Okay. So here the post office is playing very vital role, because we are getting the order through the mail, letter. Mail means letter. Email means electronic mail. Okay. So we are getting the orders through the mail, and we are making the parcels, and we are dispatching the goods to the customers. Next and last step, number 5, that is payment for goods. How do we get the payment? Because we are not in the touch of customers. They have placed an order and we are sending goods. So there are the different methods of the payment. Well, the first one, customer may be asked to make full payment in advance. Okay, different methods can be there through the bank, or they can send through the money order and different things. So they have to make the payment well in advance. Second one, goods may be sent by VPP. In accounts also I have explained VPP means value payable post. Okay, so value payable post means when you send the goods and the goods have reached to the doorstep of the purchaser. So first he make the payment and we deliver the goods. So that is value payable post. Okay. Next one is goods may be sent to a bank which is instructed to deliver the goods only when customers makes the full payment. You may send the goods to the bank. Okay. We hand over the goods to the bank, and bank has been instructed by us that you should deliver the goods when you get the payment. So this way also we can get the payment. Okay. So these were the mechanism of getting the payment. So this was the procedure for mail order houses. Okay. Now we have the suitability. Well, students, it's not that all kind of product which we are watching, these are suitable through these mail order houses. No, it's not like that. Only a few items can be dealt through this method. So where it is suitable, the first one, goods that can be graded and standardized item. Standardized item means you have seen a picture in the newspaper or journal, and the quality is given that this is Realme Pro, this number, that you know better regarding the mobiles and all that. So if model number has told and the company has told, the rest of the things you can understand. This is RAM, this is picture quality, camera, sound, this and that. So they have explained and you understood everything that you are going to have the standard item. So these kind of item where the detail of the item can be known through this method. Okay, these are suitable. Next, goods that can be easily transported at low cost. If the goods are very heavy and bulky goods, so these are not suitable and the cost of transportation will be very high. So the goods for which they have to pay low transportation cost are suitable, otherwise the cost will increase. Then third one, goods that have ready demand in the market. You don't have to create the demand, you don't have to advertise much. This is demanded by the customer. Once you have advertised and they have asked for that, you don't have to create the demand, you have to just give the information that this product is available. Okay, that kind of things can be sold through this method. The next one is goods that are available in large quantities throughout the year. Well, this should not be out of stock, and the time period whenever they ask, so that is available with you throughout the year, it is available. Then goods that involve least possible competition in the market. Less competition is there. It's not, there is no tough competition of these products. Okay, that kind of product goes here. Next one is goods that can be described through pictures. As I have explained, you are advertising the things through the newspaper, journal, magazines and all. So through this media, you can give the picture and written in the features you can explain. So those items which can be understood by the customers through this method, they are suitable. Okay. So these were the suitabilities. Well, they have given the point unsuitabilities of mail order houses, as I have told you, the bulky and heavy goods are not suitable here. So they are telling goods that are perishable in nature. Perishable means which destroys very soon, like eatables, fruits, vegetables, milk. So these kind of things are not suitable here. Next one is goods that are bulky and can't be easily handled, television, refrigerators, air conditioners, etc. Right, students? So one thing, these are sophisticated. Second one, these are bulky. So it's not. This method is not suitable for these kind of items. All right. Now, as usual, we have certain merits and demerits. Some advantages are there and limitations, of course. So what are the advantages of the mail order houses? First one is limited capital requirement. Students, when you have a traditional shop and customer comes, so we have to maintain the stock because they are asking certain item and I have to provide. If it is not available with you, then customers will go without buying. But in this method, nobody is coming to you personally. They have placed an order and nobody knows either you have this item or you don't have. So personally, you don't have to, physically stock is not required. Okay, so it requires limited capital. Whenever you get an order, suppose you got order for 50 items, so directly 50 items you can purchase from the manufacturer, wholesaler, or from the dealer, and then you get dispatched. So it doesn't require more place and more capital investment. You don't require the big place over here. Okay. Next is elimination of middlemen. As I've told you, we don't have to keep a big stock, right? And as you have contacted number of people, okay, you have contacted number of people, so a lot of orders is there in your hand. So you are not going to buy that Mr. Ram has asked 2 items, Mr. Sham has asked 1. So you're not going to buy it that way. So when you have bulk order from all the customers, so you can buy the things in the bulk and then you can supply. So you generally you eliminate the middleman and directly you are in touch of the manufacturers. So economies of the scales are also applicable. It's telling that mail order businesses is a form of direct selling. There is a lot of saving because unnecessary middlemen between the buyers and sellers are eliminated. Okay. Next we have absence of bad debts. Students, here the goods are sold on the cash basis. Either through the bank you are selling, through the BBP you are selling, okay, and through the other method you are getting the payment well in advance. So all these are your cash basis. No credit basis are there, so question doesn't arise for the bad debts. Then wide reach. See, if you are you have a particular traditional shop at a particular area, so the limited number of customers comes to you because the people who are living in the nearby area, they comes to you only. But here you are advertising your product through the newspaper, journals, and also you have a wide reach. You can reach to the customers at large. Okay, so you can have the number of customers. I mean, you are not confined to a particular place. Okay. So the seller can reach a large number of customers located in different parts of the country by sending catalogs, lists, etc. to those customers by post. Goods can be sent through mail to all the places having postal services. And the last one is convenience. Well, it's very convenient. Customers can make purchases from their own house. We need not waste time and money in going to the market. Goods are delivered at the doorsteps of the customer. And these days, one more advantage has been added due to this coronavirus. You don't have to go in the market and get this disease and all. Fine. So it's very convenient to all the customers. Staying at your home, you can have goods. Well, we have certain limitations. Let's talk about it. The first one is lack of personal contact. We are not in touch of the customers directly, and the customers, they are not in touch of the sellers, right? If they have some queries, certain things, and the sellers, they can't convince the customers directly. If some customers, they are under the dilemma that either I should purchase or no, so you can't convince them. So always the benefits of the personal contacts are missing here. Okay. Next we have high promotion cost. We'll find that we have the less requirement of the capital, but promotional cost is very high, advertisement cost, okay, because you have to reach to the wide range of the customers, right? So you have to do the rigorous advertisement, and advertisements, of course, these are very costly, okay. So high promotion cost is the next one. No after sale services. Well, here generally they don't provide the after sale services, so which is very important for the customer satisfaction these days. So this point is missing here. Next one, no credit facility. As we have done in the advantages that no bad debts are there, that is no credit facility. So this is drawback for those people who wants it on the credit basis. Then delayed delivery. The mail order retailing has great dependence on the postal department. When there is no immediate delivery of the goods to the customer, and we know postal department comes under the government department and it delays some time, and we can't rely upon the thing, as these days we are watching in the online shopping that they have given the time of 2 days. That means it will come to you in 2 days, okay, but this doesn't happen in the mail order houses. Next and last one is not possible in case of illiterate people. Well, students, we advertise in this method, okay, through the newspaper, journals, and also those people who are illiterate and they don't have it's difficult for them to understand what is given. So this benefit, they can't avail this benefit if they don't know what is there, so they can't place an order. So this is drawback for the seller and for buyers as well. Alright, so here we have completed this mail order houses. So students, that's all for today. Because we are short of time, so that is good for you. You must be feeling overburdened. I have given so many videos regularly. So today, just enjoy yourself and watch this video properly, learn the topic and prepare your notes, and you got very less homework today. Thank you.